Well, good morning and welcome to Ask Mason, our bi-monthly program that we do. Just trying to bring our general population up to date on what's going on and answer any questions that come up through the 2-week period. I am very fortunate this morning. We have a guest, Jana Walker of Walker Western Wear, that if you've been down on the square, you've noticed just recently opened up, and so fortunate to have her. I have had the chance to visit with Jana several times now. I was at their open house, and it was such a good story of how they came to Enid or chose Enid and then moved, opened a business over here. And I thought that was worth telling. And so thank you so much, Jana, for being here. You actually live in Woodward area, don't you?
Yes. So me and my husband actually live up by Freedom, where the ranch is that we've been ranching on for 4 generations. We're raising the 5th, and we have businesses in Woodward. I'm a CPA in Woodward, and then we have another Walker's Western store, Mercantile, and Loft, and some developments in downtown Woodward as well. So
Yeah. And I remember you saying that you also have an area in the store, I believe at Woodward and over here in Enid, that's just made in Oklahoma items, right?
Yes, we do. We have a Made in Oklahoma section, which was really important to us for the local artists and the local makers to have a space that's just dedicated to them, and it's been so well received. I think everyone
What are some of those
that.
items that you have?
So we have our Southern Root Sisters, which is very popular, that has jams, jellies, cookie mixes, toffee. That is by far a fan favorite. We have pickles, barbecue sauces. We have some tea towels that a local artist made and produced, even that way. And just chocolates, and you'd be amazed how many things made literally right here are just so fantastic, and you can't beat them. So those are some of the items we have in that section.
Well, it all sounds great. One of the things that I noticed, you had been at one of our ERDA board meetings and kind of told us about your background, but more importantly, how you chose Enid, because you guys were looking at a lot of different communities, right, for your second location?
Yes, we were. So we had decided, we're like, Woodward just beyond our wildest dreams received us so well, and we were really thinking, well, we have a great model, we want to go to another community, and we're very particular about the type of community that we wanted to go to. And so we went and looked at several different communities, and I was on my way home, and I had a relationship actually with Mike Clemmy here in town that has been involved with the city of Enid in different capacities, and just being a lifelong resident here in so many different ways. But he had done some photographs, some branding photographs for us, and so I had a relationship with him. I just thought, hey, I'm actually coming to Enid tomorrow. I'll just see what's out there. We end up having lunch, and he took me around the square, showing me, hey, here's the square, kind of explaining what used to be in different places, things like that. He said, sorry, I have a 3 o'clock already on the books. I got to go take this appointment. Right. Well, we saw the C.M. Miller building, and we were just drawn to it and kept coming back. So I texted Mike again before we were leaving town and said, hey, any chance sometime we could go see that building? He said, I'll meet you there in 10. He was with the realtor in that 3 o'clock that he had no idea we were coming over that day.
Right.
And so it was just thing after thing kept lining up. Right. And it was really how well Mike sold Enid to us, and what you guys have developed and been focusing on downtown, bringing in the Stride Bank Center that I had been watching for a while, not being far from Woodward, of really great events that you continue to more consistently, it seems like, really bring in consistent events in that center. And so that was a draw to be back downtown. We're very particular about not wanting to be in the downtown district. That's what we did in Woodward. The old buildings, the nostalgia feeling, all of those things. And that's what, Mike brought to light, is that downtown was it and where it was. And so we just thought there was great opportunity that we're on the front edge of reviving a lot of those spaces down there. So
and I love that story. Every time you tell it,
Yes.
I just think, and I think the reason that was so important to me, it just indicates we can have an economic development division here in the city of Enid. We can put a lot of money in that, but ultimately it come down to a relationship with a person in Enid talking to someone that was looking to put a business somewhere.
Yes, absolutely.
And took the time to actually walk them around the square, tell them about the things going on in the Enid. That's what sold you to come to Enid.
Yes.
And I just think that's the coolest story, because anybody in our community can actually be an ambassador.
Yes.
And can help bring in business. So I love that story. I also know that the ERDA, our Economic Regional Development Alliance, was also, we came with a small grant, I think, because you guys aren't done with that project downtown,
We're
are you?
still not done with the project. And that was also just so refreshing coming into Enid whenever we started to get connected with the different economic, when we made the decision, hey, we're coming in and we're going to invest here, was getting in touch with your ERDA and the Main Street and all of these different organizations. But you guys were, so excited for us that you didn't only welcome us that way, but you had grant monies because bringing those buildings up to code, as everyone knows, especially older buildings, is pretty difficult sometimes to do. And so for us to have the ability to push on with the project, that was huge, to be able to get help with the water sprinklers and the risers and those type of things. And then I guess the talk of the town, ripping off the front of that building to get windows back in that project that we didn't know what we were going into. Once again, when it comes down to it, to continue with those added costs to do it the right way, that makes a huge difference, to continue to be like, hey, we got support behind us in so many different ways that we can continue this project and do it right.
Yes, because you guys actually purchased the building. You're not renting it.
Yes, we purchased.
And you were telling me that you've ordered those big arched windows already, and that they should be in. So you're not keeping the plywood up there.
We will continue. So we got really exciting frontage for the top half of the building also coming in, but we wanted to get started right away with the bottom. That's why we went ahead and opened, because the rest can come as it will. But you've had so many great events recently that me and my husband, we were like, we don't want to miss Cherokee Strip Days, Oktoberfest, and all of those things that you've had about every weekend downtown during this fall season before holiday. That we were like, we'll get the bottom open, get going, and we'll continue with the top.
It's my understanding you're going to have a couple or maybe 3 apartments?
That's our plans, yes. Our plans that we believe we can get 3 units up there, so to encourage some more downtown living right there.
We're excited about that. That helps our downtown not to just close up at 6 o'clock of an evening.
Absolutely.
And so the more population we get living down there, I think the better it'll work for everyone.
Yes.
One last thing I wanted to mention about that was you guys have a very unique sign coming, I believe, that I keep hearing about.
We do.
And will you tell me about that?
We are very excited, and we're so thankful that you guys got behind it, because it did take some special permitting to make sure we have that just in place. But we have about a 10-foot neon boot that will be lighting up our downtown that we have coming, that we're very excited to get going. We have about a 6-foot boot in Woodward currently that we showed you and everything like that to show just how neat it kind of makes that atmosphere whenever you have life downtown after dark, especially as the time changes and that type of stuff. And so we'll finish off some great finishes up.
Oh, that's
up
going to be
outside,
exciting, and
too.
I think you'll be able to see it for
You'll
quite
be
a
seeing
distance.
it. Yeah, it'll draw your attention to come downtown.
Yeah,
We got
yeah.
things going on down there.
Well, Jana, we are so excited that you and your husband Wade chose Enid.
Yes,
and
thank you.
We're excited that you're here. You're already being a good citizen, a good partner, getting involved in our community, and we appreciate that. I know you're a family type business. I think you have family members that work in your businesses.
Yes.
And like I said, I've been in that store. Beautiful on the inside. Great job.
Thank you.
And great merchandise in there.
Yes.
Beautiful boots.
And the smell of
know.
leather when you walk in.
I know. You've got
You can't
saddles
beat it.
and stuff
We
in
got
there.
we got saddles and tack. We carry about 40 to 50 saddles at all time, along with tons of boots on the wall, and then just some great leather outerwear and different things.
You've got the Greeley hats also.
So we just finished up our trunk show with Greeley hats with
Yes.
Trent that came and did a whole trunk show for it. We carry Greeley hats in stock too all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a super cool event, well received, that we had so many people from the communities because he's just fantastic to work with. He's
People
done a
don't
lot
realize
of big
he's
names.
world renowned.
He's world renowned.
He makes hats for presidents.
Of the United
Yeah.
States. So you got that whole facet that he's
Yes.
done probably 8 hats for President Bush. He's done stuff recently for the cast of Yellowstone, Lainey Wilson, Craig Campbell, country music stars, Aaron Rodgers, so he's done so many different hats, and what's so neat about him is every time he comes, it doesn't matter who's sitting in that barber chair that we have, it doesn't matter who's there, you get the full-on Greeley experience, and he makes it cool for everyone.
That is so cool.
Around town, you're going to start seeing the hat game pretty strong.
Wonderful. I'm glad to hear that. Well, we're glad you guys are here. Anything we can do to help, just let us know. I want to finish up with one other little plug real quick. This Saturday, as it turns out, we have the Kite Flyers Association of America in town. I had the opportunity last night to welcome them to Enid. This is their second time, I believe, to be here. They come in from all over the world. As it turned out, I even had the opportunity to meet a family from Israel that has come in, and we know all the issues that are going on over there. But they will be in town all week. They'll be flying kites, I believe it's twice a day out behind Autrytech. If you get a chance, go out there and see that. It is remarkable. But on Saturday, Saturday morning, they will be flying a ton of different kites out behind Autrytech, but you can also bring your children, and they're going to teach kids how to build their own kites. So let's really turn out for that. When we want groups to come in and have their conferences in town, it's important that we show up to those events also. So if you can, get out there Saturday morning and be a part of that. Jana, thank you again.
Thank you.
And thank you for tuning in to Ask Mason. Anytime you have a question about our community, please send that in to askmason.org, and we'll answer those questions as best we can. Thank you.